All right, and that is going to lead us into our awards talk tonight, guys. As I
Speaking of
said
movies,
earlier, we are Oscar experts certified, so we know exactly who's going to win. Not really, but
Gabe,
we're
We're
going to
totally gonna
pretend
get
like we
all these
do
right.
tonight. We're also going to thank Mr. Coach for this lovely splash screen for the Scene Invaders podcast discuss the Oscars, because that's what we're going to do. And I've only brought up like the main categories here tonight, guys. I did all the acting categories, animation, director, and picture. All the below the line stuff is a topic for another day, unless we want a 5-hour podcast. So we decided what we're going to do here is bring these up and discuss who we would like to win out of this list, and then who we think is going to win.
Who's going to win? Who should win?
Yeah, exactly. And Oscars are done by preferential ballot, which I kind of know
For
about this.
Best
Coach,
Picture.
like, oh, is it just Best Picture?
Just Best Picture.
Oh, okay. I did not know that. So we'll get there when that comes. So that's at the end here, guys. So our first slide tonight, and I made these. They look lit. No, I'm just kidding. They look fine. They're serviceable. But starting tonight, we have Best Supporting Actor. So we have Guy Pearce for The Brutalist, Yura Borisov for Anora, Edward Norton, A Complete Unknown, Kieran Culkin, A Real Pain, and Jeremy Strong for The Apprentice. And I think we're going to go around in the order that we started things tonight. So I guess that starts with me, guys. And who I would like to win this, especially maybe it's just because I'm fresh off of it, but also he has a lot of time put in films in Hollywood, and I think this performance is absolutely deserving of that. Is Guy Pearce for The Brutalist. I thought he was amazing in this. You can tell he's having a good time with this, and yeah, it's just like it's a showy sort of like best actor, best supporting actor type of like role. So this is my like who I would like to win. Even over Yura Borisov, sorry guys, I like him very much. I think he's very good, but Guy Pearce, I feel like deserves it. Like he's been in Hollywood longer. He's put in the work, the time, the effort, all of that kind of shit.
it's his first note, isn't it?
I believe so.
Okay.
I think this is his first one. But
Cool.
who I think is going to win, and I think this is pretty clear from all the award shit that's happened up until now, is Kieran Culkin for Real Pain, who I thought was great. But I do believe that this is his to lose, essentially. We're going to move to Mr. Coach.
Yeah, going to me. I think this category is actually the least amount of space between the top and the bottom.
Yes,
Yeah.
I
Agreed.
think it's very balanced overall. It's kind of like a was a gift to a bride before she gets married of something borrowed, something blue, something old, something new. I think who I want to win is your Bourgeois.
He's very good.
I think he's the guy that should win.
Yeah.
Just the way he commanded the screen, how he altered the film was just absolutely amazing. And who will win is going to be Kieran Culkin, A Real Pain.
Yeah. Agreed. What about you, Mr. Brad? What do you think? And I should say here too that like we have not all seen all of these movies that are going to be mentioned here, so this is a whole lot of pulling shit out of our ass. And for me, like listening to like Oscar content and all that kind of stuff. So,
well, out of the ones I've seen, who do I want to win is Edward Norton, just because of the subtlety that he did. He didn't play huge. He did not play bombastic or anything. He played the part that he was given. Now, I know it's a like biographical thing, but even people play biographical things, put their own little spin on it. So, yes, it's me playing them. So, but it's still me because I'm an actor and I die without recognition. So, now who do I think's going to win? I think Edward Norton's going to win.
oh, okay. I mean, it's a possibility.
Who I want to, and who I think is Edward Norton. Yeah.
Okay.
Only because I saw A Real Pain. Kieran Culkin,
Is
Uh,
Kieran Culkin?
Kieran
Yeah.
I know, but he's so charismatic.
He is. He
Yeah.
really is. But honestly, Edward Norton is as well in this, as is Jeremy Strong. 'Cause I watched that too.
I haven't seen the
I
Apprentice.
I have not seen The Brutalist because 3 hours.
Yeah.
But yeah, Kieran Culkin plays the same thing. So you want to give an Oscar for being yourself? Like I said, I
Sure.
would love for someone to pay me just to be me and give me Oscars for just being me. But I think as far as a performance
The
that
craft,
is
yeah.
not like this was acting,
Yeah.
and that's why I hope Ed wins, and I think he will.
Okay. There it is. Oh, the pressure's on, Carly. What's your
Oh
choice?
my goodness. Well, I'll keep it simple. I think I would like Yura Borisov for Anora to
I feel
win.
so bad not picking him,
I-
but I couldn't help it, guys.
Listen, I love his character in it. I was rooting for him the whole time. So I would like him to win. I don't think it's going to win. I'm going to have to do a split decision between Kieran Culkin in A Real Pain and Guy Pearce in The Brutalist because
Okay.
it's fucking Guy Pearce.
Yeah. It's his
Guy
time. I feel like
Pearce-
it's like his time,
Right.
kind of like.
Guy Pearce does not get the recognition.
No,
I
he
don't know if
doesn't.
it's-
He
I don't
does
know if
not.
It's just because he is serviceable or whatever. He
He's
always
great in
plays-
everything.
He really is, but I think he just always gets overshadowed by the production or the actor he's playing against.
He never has, and I will say about The Brutalist, he never has like this like showy Oscar moment where
Okay.
he's like crying and screaming and all that kind of shit. But there is a moment later in the film, which I'm not going to spoil, where he has a scene that's very difficult
Hmm.
to pull off,
Okay.
and he does it,
Really well.
and oh god, and it is like it's a tough one for real. It's a tough
Okay.
scene, but I don't know how well that's going to hit exactly with like awards voters and shit because
Oh, okay.
and that's if even like the awards voters made it to the second half of this movie because like people are saying they only watched the first half to intermission and nobody
Oh,
ever watched the
no.
rest of it. So this
Aw.
does take place clearly in the second half,
Okay.
and
And
it
was,
is a difficult scene.
I little recency bias. I enjoyed him so much in Ravenous as well. So it's like,
Yeah.
yeah.
And all this is a crapshoot, guys. We fucking never know.
No, what's going to
Nope.
happen?
I'm not going to bet money on this.
Yeah, exactly.
It's
This
just
is
a fun
people
scene.
do though for real.
Mhm.
Like
Yeah, I'm not one of
Yeah,
them.
this isn't the NFL. It's not scripted.
No.
yeah, exactly. God, fuck. Okay,
Oh,
so
can
you're
of worms.
split between the two. You're just like it could go either way.
I feel like it could go either way. I
Okay.
feel like I'm leaning more towards Kieran Culkin though.
Such a fucking cheater.
He's like swept the season.
Sorry.
So far.
Okay, I'm
Next time I'll
teasing
just
you.
do one.
I'm teasing
that's
you. I'm
real,
bugging
like-
you. I'm bugging you. You do it.
All right, so our next one is best supporting actress, and that's Zoe Saldana for Amelia.
Should not
Perez.
be there.
Okay.
Sorry, I'm sorry. It's your turn, Chad.
Whoa.
It's your turn, Chad. Sorry.
Felicity Jones for The Brutalist, Monica Barbaro for A Complete Unknown, Ariana Grande for Wicked, and Isabella Rossellini for Conclave. I have a couple things to say here. I'm not shocked, but I am a little bit surprised at the Isabella Rossellini nomination. I thought she was great in this. She's memorable. She has tons of impact, but she also has like 5 minutes of screen time in this movie. So I thought this was not insane, but it's happened before. But like she has literally like 5 minutes of screen time, guys. But she is memorable. She's very good. However, I don't think she's winning anything here. Her award is the nomination. Who I would like to win here is Ariana Grande for Wicked. She surprised the fuck out of me with this movie. I went in hearing that she was good, but she is. She's fucking hilarious. She's engaging. She's fun to watch at every single moment in this movie, and I would love so much to watch her walk away with the award. However, I think who is going to win this is Zoe Saldana for Amelia Perez. I think that her narrative is impactful. She's been in Hollywood for a long time. She's put in the work. This film is getting tons of support, at least in the award circuit. And while this is not my favorite performance here, I think that she is likely to win, especially after her Golden Globe speech where she cries. She lays it all out on the line. And like the Oscars want that for their televised presentation as well. So I think that she is likely to win here. But don't sleep on Felicity Jones. If people made it to the second half, she has got amazing
She's got
performance.
an hour and a half.
Okay, right. But she's got a scene at the end that is just like Oscar bait, like in every single way, but it works. It's so good. And like from the moment she comes on screen, you take notice of her and you can't take your eyes off her. But Zoe Saldana, I think, is going to win this one.
Yeah, Felicity Jones shows up after the first hand job in the movie, but before the second hand job.
Max, there are multiple hand jobs in the Brutalist. That is real.
All right, I'll have to watch this then.
Let's say,
Oh my God.
hear me right about this thing.
You sold me.
Multiple.
The
a lot of
3.5 hour hand job.
There's a lot of finger banging in Baby Girl, and that was cool. But
Okay, right. There's that as well in the
That's why I like
Brutalist.
that
You got a little
too.
bit of everything.
Okay. Best supporting actress. So this is just a cluster up here.
Yeah.
You know, like who's going to win? Zoe Saldana. She has the momentum. She
Yeah.
has, and she's an actress that everybody likes and likes working with, and she's been producing now in terms of like the shows and stuff. So like I think there's nothing that would take this away from her. To me, who should win is, and I'm going to contradict Chad a little bit, is Isabella Rossellini,
Okay.
because
She's so good. She's
her
very good.
character represents a presence that is always there in Conclave.
True. Very
And a
true.
lesser actress would not be able to pull off of every time she shows up. She has the weight of all women in the church
Mhm.
on her shoulders.
That's true. No, she's and she's pivotal in this movie
Right.
too. She's so important to this movie, even with that small amount of screen time. And she has been in Hollywood for a long time too, so I can't shit on that either. So
Yeah, I mean, 72 years old, getting her first Oscar nomination. I mean, I did like
first timers. I love that.
yeah, I do like
these are all first timers.
yeah.
Yeah.
All right, over to you, Brad.
Well, who do I want to win is Ariana Grande.
So good.
because she was freaking delightful.
Mhm.
You know, like this is a very silly, light, fluffy part that she gave enough weight to that I really enjoyed. It's so easy just to say, all right, screw her, she's boring. Because you know she's rich and all that stuff, and she was kind of boring, but she was so playful and fun.
Mhm.
She was the best part of that movie.
She's just
Yeah.
hilarious. She's funny as
If
fuck.
you ask me, she was the best part of that movie.
I agree.
Who do I think is going to win is Monica Barbaro, only because now she did a great job, and I love that fucking movie. Like that was on my
That's
high
fair.
five last year. I think the Academy loves when people play real people.
They do.
I mean, I don't think Rami Malek should have won the Oscar,
Agreed.
but because he played Freddie Mercury well, I guess.
I thought he did a good job for sure. But
I never met Freddie, so I can't say he did or not.
true.
You know, but from portrayal, sure, and I could see them swaying that way as well.
Okay. Big takes tonight. I love this. Carly. Pressure.
I have little takes, so
Okay, there it is.
so my little take is going to be who I want to win would be Ariana Grande for Wicked. I don't really have much to add for that.
She's
I
very
liked her
good
in the
for
role. She was very cute. I thought she was going to be awful. She was not.
I think
so
that
was
could
a
be another
surprise.
factor. Another factor is like, who the hell is she? You know,
We
know who
expected
she is.
nothing from her, and then she
Yeah.
gave us
Right.
that.
Yeah, true.
Yeah.
Now, who I think will actually win will be Monica Barbaro for
Okay.
a complete unknown. So,
There it is. She played Joan Baez for fuck's sake. So
yeah, for real.
And the
She
Academy seems
deserves
to
We
it.
love
are
this movie.
simpatico.
I think it has like 10 nominations. So a complete
Ooh.
unknown has not been slept on. That's for sure.
It
No.
was a great movie. It really was.
Okay, and then next we have Best Actor Ray Fiennes for Conclave, Sebastian Stan, The Apprentice, Timothée Chalamet for
Timothée
Complete
Chalamet.
Unknown, Coleman Domingo for Sing Sing, and Adrian Brody, The Brutalist. So my want and my I think is going to win match up here, and I think it is going to be Adrian Brody. He just gives. I have not seen The Complete Unknown, so I can't exactly speak to that. But I think Adrian Brody is just so magnetic and so powerful, and given just he has the weight of the world on his shoulders in this movie, and he just breezes through it. And I think that this is his to lose, in my opinion. And I thought he was incredible. Mr. Coach.
Oh yeah.
You don't really have more to say, Chad. So
Let's see. Yeah, I think Adrian Brody is gonna win it. I think the nature of the role will help perpetuate it.
Yeah, for sure.
I think Oscar voters for Timothée Chalamet are just going to say, oh, he's going to get one eventually anyway.
Yeah, exactly. I
think-
feel exactly the same way.
I think you have the
He's just so young.
Yeah.
Well, I think you have the Leonardo DiCaprio thing where
Right.
it's just like, oh, don't worry, let's find a weaker year. We'll give
Just
it.
We're
wait
gonna
until
warn him
Departed.
like
Yeah. Sebastian Stan I thought was good. Ray Fiennes was wonderful in Conclave.
his was not showy enough, in my opinion.
Yeah,
He's very good, but
to me, I want Coleman Domingo just
He's-
because there's a presence that he carries
I like him as
throughout
an
that
actor.
movie. Yeah,
he's
like
great. And Sing Sing is
he's
great.
so good.
there's a certain gravitas that sits in that movie that as good as the people are around him and the script is, it's his delivery that just it really wows you.
Yeah, it just feels real.
Yep.
Very real. And that's hard to pull off. And he's great. All right. Mr. Brad.
All right, well, who do I want to?
I already
win?
know.
Who.
I'm going to assume
Timothy?
Timothée Chalamet.
No, I don't. I don't
Timothée.
want.
Oh,
To.
okay.
Timothée.
Timothée.
Who do I want to win? I want Sebastian Stan to win
Okay.
because fuck everybody.
I need to see this movie. I haven't seen it yet.
Because Sebastian Stan is so goddamn pretty
Okay.
He's a beautiful man.
and pulls off so ugly
Aw.
so well.
He's in a
I-
different man this year too, so he has like two
Right.
like big showy
Really good
performances,
ones.
sort of here. so-
Yeah,
Mhm.
I mean, I think the problem is because he's so pretty, people sleep on him.
sure.
Probably.
That's why.
Yeah.
That's why.
I feel like this year should like kind of like nip that in the bud for some people.
I hope so.
Right.
I hope so. And who do I think's going to win is Timothée Chalamet.
Yeah, he very well could for sure.
Not because he's like, oh well, he's got one coming and all that stuff. Because he's had 3 or 4 coming.
Sure.
I think
He's been
gonna win
nominated before.
because holy fuck, he was so fucking good.
And he put in the work for this shit. Like he spent
I
like
Right.
think
a couple of
he-
years.
I
or
think
whatever.
this one is earned.
Yeah.
So I'm going to say that his dual thing on Saturday Night Live actually almost pushed me over the edge with him. Of yeah, let's give it to him this year.
No, it's because he's I don't care the age. Like look at the little girl from the piano and such.
Anna Paquin.
She has not had any coming since because holy shit, like she hasn't done anything.
Oh, come on. She was great in True Blood.
And they don't give up.
I love her. I think she's great.
I know. I love
I
Anna
think she
Paquin.
looks great topless too. But no, I think that this was just a great performance.
Yeah.
I'm a big Bob Dylan fan, and I didn't see somebody playing Bob Dylan. I saw Bob
Yeah.
Dylan.
Yeah. The man put in fucking work for this role.
Yes.
For sure.
Yeah.
There's no denying that.
That's who I think's going to win. And Sebastian Stan, I wanted to win because fuck everybody.
What's going to happen though with Timothée Chalamet is like 2 years from now, he's going to be in some fucking fluffy rom-com and win a fucking Oscar for that shit when they're like trying to reward him for this and like
Right.
what was happened before. Like that's
The,
what's
the
gonna happen,
Malcolm
I
X
feel like.
Exactly.
thing, the Malcolm X and the Jeremy Irons, I think was the other one. Yeah.
or like the Al Pacino Son of a Woman thing. Like,
Oh,
I mean, yeah, he
jeez.
was great in that, but like, you're rewarding past like performances and
Right.
whatever for it. So yeah, my opinion.
That's all we have.
And then Miss Carly.
All right, so who I think should win is Timothy Chalamet
Okay.
for Complete Unknown,
Very
and
fair.
who I think will win is Adrian Brody for The Brutalist because it's motherfucking Adrian Brody.
He's won an
Predators
Oscar
own.
before.
Predators own Adrian Brody.
Okay, right. What if it was Adrian Brody Predators? I would die. That would
I would vote
Topher
for
Grace-
him. I would vote
Topher
for him.
Grace. Topher Grace getting raped by the bald man was in that as well.
Oh my god, right.
He wasn't getting raped by anyone though. He was a serial killer. So yeah.
He was a doctor in that.
Oh yeah, totally a doctor.
Coach, are we going to see Topher Grace for Best Actor for the 2026 Oscars?
No, we're gonna see the moose.
Okay, right. The Moose for
There
Best
you go.
Visual Effects. Right.
Right.
I want the Moose to win every category. I don't care.
All right. The next category is where I have probably the most to say. So we have Best Actress. So Fernanda Torres, I'm Still Here. Demi Moore, The Substance. Carla Sofia Gascon, Amelia Perez. Cynthia Erivo, Wicked. And Mikey Madison, Anora. So for me, my very favorite performance of this entire year was Mikey Madison for Anora. However, she's young. Her first nomination. I don't think she's winning this one.
Mm-mm.
So who I think is going to win is split between two, and that's Demi Moore for The Substance and Fernanda Torres for I'm Still Here. They both have such a narrative at this point, both first-time Oscar nominees for Best Actress. And I think Fernanda Torres became sort of a surprise later on in the award season and was sort of unexpected. She just was not a front runner for people. And then once she started showing up, it was like, oh, fuck. Okay. Like maybe she has a chance. But I think ultimately I am going to go with Demi Moore here. I think this is her time to win an Oscar. And I'm thrilled that it's for the
Yes.
fucking Substance.
Right?
It makes me so happy. But I would not be surprised with either one of those. But Demi Moore is my choice for who will win.
All right. Zoe Saldana should win.
Okay,
For
for Best Actress. Category fraud. Category fraud.
First on the call sheet.
I would say that if Demi Moore didn't win the Golden Globe, I don't think she would have
Right.
taken this.
agree.
However, I do think she has such momentum, and that win has brought so many people who wouldn't have seen this movie to see this movie.
There's passion for it. There's like this passion for the Substance
Yeah,
right now.
and I think there's a big push there that the Lifetime Achievement Award is either Fernanda Torres or Demi Moore,
Mhm.
but I think the Demi Moore is so much more in front of everybody. Where she's had like three big things to keep her in the news, where it was that silly Bratz documentary,
Right.
the fact that she's kind of one of the caregivers for Bruce Willis,
Hmm.
and as well as like she has always kind of come back and not reinvented herself, but always returned every couple of years.
She perseveres through all of it.
Yes.
I think she is going to be the one who wins.
Yeah, and her Globe speech sort of said that too. Like she said
Mhm.
that in that speech that night. Like I've been told I ain't shit basically
Right.
through all of this, through my entire career in
Yeah.
Hollywood, and now here I am, bitch. Like I have a Golden Globe, and I'm on my
as
way to
much
an Oscar.
as we are constantly reminded that Hollywood is a young girl's game, more and more every year is the elder statesman of the actress community usually kills it in awards time.
Yeah, I'm here for it. I will jump off of the fucking sofa when and if she wins. I'm very excited for this.
Mhm.
Mr. Brad.
Well, I mean, you guys said it pretty much. Who do I want to win? Demi Moore.
Okay.
I've been invested with her career, not just because of her looks or her raspy voice, which sells everything.
It's great. Yeah.
But I mean, she is in one of my absolute favorite movies of all time, The Juror.
Oh,
Juror.
shit. I haven't seen that in forever. The Juror.
The Juror.
The juror.
The Juror. With Joe Gordon-Levitt and Alec Baldwin. I love that freaking movie. I mean, Sam Ellis Fire, that was a bullshit movie, but she was cool.
When
G.I.
Crazy Summer.
Jane, everything. She has been there. She has done the work.
She's put in the
And-
work for real.
Yep.
And not like the work that she was presented might have been mediocre, but she elevated it. She's just always been good.
Yeah.
And
She used to be the highest paid actress in Hollywood, for fuck's sake.
She's-
Like, I mean,
evolved from good to great. She knows what she's doing. This isn't fluff.
Right.
Yeah.
And what she was given to do in this movie, dare I say it, it wasn't my favorite movie because of the third act. It was kind of fluff,
sure.
but she made that movie better for me.
Oh yeah.
If it
Mhm.
was any other actress, aged or whatever,
Mhm.
it wouldn't have landed for me. So I so want her to win.
Mhm.
Who do I think's gonna win is Cynthia Erivo for Wicked.
Oh, okay.
I think she's
Ooh.
going to win because of box office success.
Okay.
Mm,
And
could be.
It's definitely
I
the
don't-
most successful film here. for
Yeah.
I
Yes.
don't think anybody on this list doesn't deserve to be on here.
Sure.
You know,
I agree.
think
It's a good look.
everyone like it's. I don't want to denigrate anybody else by thinking that just box office and everything, because she also was very good. I just don't think she was Oscar good,
Okay.
but I
Fair
think
enough.
she's going to win just because of success. But
Okay.
I would really like Demi Moore to win.
I love it.
Juror,
Juror.
Juror.
the juror. Yes.
Well, I'm going to be pretty boring and agree with Chad by saying, like, look, listen, I loved Mikey Madison and
I
Honora.
just called you boring.
No,
I know.
no, I'm
I'm getting
boring.
it.
I'm teasing.
I'm boring. So, but I loved Mikey Madison and Honora. I would love to
Yeah.
see her win. I don't think it's going to happen, especially since we've got Demi Moore here
Yeah.
with The Substance. Like, I would like her to win over Mikey Madison, even though Mikey Madison did a great job. I think Demi
She has
Moore
time.
deserves to win. Exactly. She has time. She can come back, do another movie. I have faith in her,
Mhm, me
especially
too.
after that performance. But Demi Moore, I think it's her time. And The Substance, it was my favorite movie of 2024, so I'd have to go with that. And I
Thanks, Sam.
hope that they pick her as well.
Yeah. I feel good about it, guys. I really think it might be a thing. And
I hope so. I really do.
horror needs to get recognized sometimes. and
Right?
It's so rare that it does.
Yes.
Especially for the Academy
I'm
Awards.
sorry, did you say the juror needs to be?
No,
The
horror. Horror, not juror.
Horror.
So nobody picked Carla Sofia. Whenever I hear her last name Gascon, I
No.
think no
Gascon.
one walks like Gascon, no one thinks like Gascon. You know,
I think
Sorry.
she's good, and I think she gave a great speech at the end of. I think that it was the Globes,
Mhm.
where it was like a sort of like cumulative win for something. I forget what it was, and she was powerful there for sure. But I
think if they
I would
would have
be
done
surprised.
it right and
we
flipped her
talked
and
about the elephant
Zoe,
in the room.
yeah, that might have
Yeah.
been different.
I think if they would have put her at supporting actress, she probably would have had a better
Mm.
chance
Yeah,
of winning.
I haven't seen her performance. I'm so I can't really
That's
speak
true. I
on
haven't
it is very good. I mean, you can't.
And I
deny it
don't
for sure,
want to
but-
say that it is a. Like we've talked about this before. Just like
I don't think this is
agenda-driven-
a stunt nomination.
No, I agree. This is a
Okay,
good
good.
nomination.
Okay, cool. Well, I look forward to seeing it.
3 categories left, guys. So the next one is going to be Best Animated Feature, which is
Ooh.
Flow, Inside Out 2, The Wild Robot, Wallace and Gromit, Vengeance Most Foul, and Memoir of a Snail.
I thought it
So-
said bitches most foul.
Okay, right. That's probably what it sounded like when I fucking said it. Holy
Bitches.
shit.
I want to see that
Bitches
movie.
Most Foul. I want to see that too.
And this is a hard one for me, guys. Like, I haven't seen Wallace
Right.
and Gromit, so I'm automatically omitting that. It's not going to win, in my
Yeah.
opinion. Inside Out 2, I thought was very good, but I would be surprised to see that win. Memoir of a Snail, The Wild Robot, and Flow. I liked all of those movies so much. Memoir of a Snail is not going to win it, although in a way,
It should.
I would
It
like.
should.
I think that is going to be my choice for what I would like to win it, because it's just something so different. It's an R-rated animated film that like really hits. It's so emotional. It's just so brilliantly made and well done that I would
Mhm.
love to see that happen. But what I think is going to win it, this is hard, but I think it's probably going to be Flow, because
Ooh.
Flow was nominated for like best foreign film as well,
Mm.
and that's with like non-animated films. So
Mhm.
I would have a hard time seeing that not winning this category with that type of a nomination. But The Wild Robot is like it's so great too. It's like, this is a hard category because they're
Yeah,
all
it's
so
not
fucking
easy.
good. But I think Flow is going to win this one.
To me, I really think that Memoir of a Snail should win, because to me that would be an excuse for more people to see it.
Yes.
Mhm.
Like, it is just so good, and it's such an important film about what it's about and how it's done, that I really wish more people would take a chance with it.
Agreed.
I do think that Flow will win. I think there's almost been backlash against Pixar because of the sequelitis and stuff like that, where Wild Robot is an original, it's not an original IP. And I think people are kind of fighting back a little bit that, and I think the voters are going to fight back and go with an original with Flow.
Mm.
Agreed. Mr. Brad.
Well, since I'm still trying to recover all my tears from watching Memoir of a Snail, this thing, like we talked about it covers everything from loss to religious cults to fetishes to addiction to just absolute horrible things.
Sure.
Mhm.
And ironically enough, not a lot of snails.
Yeah, right.
Just the background.
I almost want to say I think the Wild Robot's going to win because it was pretty.
Yeah, it's very possible for sure. It's
It
a
is
great movie.
very pretty and well done, and it has that morality message which Flow does not.
Mhm.
And it is really a toss-up between the Wild Robot and Flow, because
Yeah,
I
that's
didn't
where my
see-
toss-up was too.
Yeah.
I didn't see Wallace and Gromit, bitches
Yeah.
most foul.
Mr. Right.
It just be foul.
Bitches be foul. So sorry, Wallace. Sorry, Gromit. I am gonna go. I'm edging out Flow for the Wild Robot just because of the morality tale, and it was absolutely beautiful. I'm not saying that Flow was not.
Yeah. The Wild
Um,
Robot's very deserving for sure.
Yeah.
Yeah, and you know what? Honestly, every one of these things is
Yeah.
for their own things. I think when you see a part 2 nominated for an Oscar, it's just like boogaloo.
Yeah.
You know, it
Inside Out 2,
it-
Electric Boogaloo.
yeah,
Yeah.
it does diminish it. I'm sorry, because I actually enjoyed that movie. I enjoyed everyone.
I loved it. Yeah, I
Yeah.
cried.
But I
Sat in
will
the theater
say,
as a grown man by
want,
myself and cried.
I really want Memoirs of a Snail because it just I'm fucking tearing up just thinking of some stupid stuff from it. But I think Wild Robot will, because of the morality tale, because of the environment, because of just everybody thinks that they should. Everyone, like, I think the Academy thinks it should win.
Yeah, I think that's very fair for sure. And that means more eyes have been on it too, I think. So
Yes.
Yeah.
And animals can't use rudders.
Okay, right back.
Aw.
They can't.
Birds can't use rudders.
Birds, right?
I've never seen a capybara, so I don't know their skills.
Oh,
but
they're
whatever.
so sweet though. They're so cute. They're like huge
Goals
rodents.
is to pet.
They
one.
are skilled seamen.
Yes.
Oh my god.
Heyo.
Same.
Okay, so the only movie I haven't seen out of this list is the Wallace and Gromit one.
Mhm.
Bitches be foul.
Yeah,
Bitches
bitches
was
the most foul. What I would
I'm
like
writing
to
that movie.
win is Memoir of a Snail.
We're all
So
in
it was-
agreement.
Yeah,
Oh,
it was
no.
so good. I definitely do not think that that's going to win.
No, I don't.
Um,
It's too weird of a choice, I
it
think.
is.
Fucking
It
weird.
is. It is. But it's so good,
Mhm.
which is
We
really
have
a shame.
A fat kink that someone's trying to perpetuate.
Facts.
Oh my goodness! If I could
At least-
if I could have that in my life. No, I'm kidding.
I think the nomination is the award for this movie, and that will at least like put it in some
Right.
people's like
Mhm.
peripheral in a
I
way. So
agree.
hopefully they'll check it out. But yeah, to
Which they
win, I would be
absolutely
shocked.
should. If you haven't seen it,
Absolutely
you have to
should.
watch it. It's so
Memoir of a
good.
Snail.
But it'll make you cry. Now what I think will win is probably, I mean, it's kind of a toss up, and I don't want to cheat again, but
It's so
it
hard.
honestly could be Flo or the Wild Robot.
Yeah,
I
I
really
agree
think
with
it's
you.
up to those two as to what will actually be chosen.
So
Because
how hard are we all going to text each other when Inside Out 2?
oh
I will
my god,
die.
dude,
I'll be shocked. honestly.
I will be super shocked if Inside Out 2 wins. And that's not to say I didn't enjoy it, because I
No,
did.
I loved
but
it. Yeah.
yeah, I just don't think it should win Best Animated Feature, because I don't think it's one of the best. Or it's
And I
not
don't think
the
it has the
best.
momentum for that
No.
either.
Right.
Like, Disney's huge for sure, but I just don't think this has that momentum to like take away the win. Anything could happen. You never fucking know, but I would be very surprised.
Yeah, so I kind of feel like Flo will just edge out the Wild Robot, but just barely.
Yeah.
Cool.
But yeah.
That's where I'm at. I feel the same. Two more guys.
Oh my goodness.
Best director, Coralie Farjit. I've heard everything. Nobody
Right.
fucking knows. For The Substance, James Mangold for A Complete Unknown, which I'll get to that. Sean Baker, Honora, Jacques Audiard for Amelia Perez, and Brady Corbet for The Brutalist. Who I would like to win this, absolutely with no question, is Coralie Farjit for The Substance. I love this movie, especially after seeing that behind the scenes thing of the work, the vision, the artistry that she put into this movie. It's just undeniable what she has done here. Who is going to win this? I would bet $100 on this right now is going to be Brady Corbet for The Brutalist. It's just a hell of an achievement, a hugely epic vision that is going to go recognized here. If it's, we'll get to Best Picture, but this I think is his big award for the night, is for director. And yeah, Brady Corbet will win this.
Who should win? To me, it should be Sean Baker.
He's going to get the
Um,
screenplay, though, I think.
I hope so. I think the main thing is this. I think you have you have three new names to this thing,
Mhm.
Yeah.
where they don't really have a portfolio to speak of. Where Brady Corbet is does absolutely stunning work in The Brutalist. Again, I think both The Substance and The Brutalist to me struggle with third acts, where I
Sure.
think Nora was a complete film all the way
Yeah.
through. And I think the Academy doesn't want to be embarrassed by one-hit wonders. We know Sean Baker's going to Sean Baker his way till he's done Sean Bakering on this.
Sure. Facts.
So I mean, like, yeah, and you could say the same thing about James Mangold, but who should win? Sean Baker. Who will win? Brady Corbet.
Okay. There it is. Mr. Brad.
Yeah, I'm kind of close. Who should win is absolutely Sean Baker.
Okay.
Only because it wasn't my favorite movie, but those performances that he was able to get out and just the natural, just how effortless they spoke to one another.
Yeah.
Even
It was
when
almost
speaking-
ad-libbed.
even
Yeah.
when speaking over each other, it worked.
Mhm.
And I did, like I said, it was not my favorite film because I thought she was annoying. Like,
You mean effective? I'm just kidding.
Okay, right.
she was that. She was very effective, but
That
no,
schoolgirl
she-
dance
Mhm.
lives on in Brad's memory.
and she was not speaking during that. So
Okay,
just
right.
that. No, like I said, she wasn't annoying, and she aggravated me, and that says a lot to her acting, but the directing to allow that to happen and put that in the final cut,
Mhm.
So I really would like Honora Sean Baker to win. What I think is going to win is, from what you guys have spoken about, and I don't want to say agenda driven because I hate that thing, but I do think there is going to be a recognition for Jacques Arnaud,
Jacques
Just
Audiard,
for-
yeah. There
just
could
for recognition, because the rest of the performances and the rest of the production might fall a little flat, and it's going to get something. I think this is not a deserving. I'm not going to say it's not deserving, but
Yeah,
it
sure.
for the subject matter and everything, for the quote unquote bravery that I've seen, everything that I've read, and I say this not seeing the movie. I kind of trying to swing for
Sure. And that's
how I
often
think-
how this
how
goes.
I-
Many people
how I
predicting
think
this
the
shit
Academy
don't
is going to
know.
vote.
Yeah.
I don't know
Very
how
possible.
old and white the men are to be angry at this, but
Okay, right.
I think somebody might step in and say, "Hey guys, we got to do this."
Facts.
We can't be that old and white. We have to.
I think he's like in his 60s, maybe. Like that's how he appeared.
No,
at
I mean the
Golden Globe, I
Academy.
thought.
The
Oh,
Academy.
yeah, that's what I'm saying.
They think they're doing something with Amelia Perez for real. 13 nominations.
They
Good
are.
Lord.
They're changing the world.
I guess so. That's what they think.
Change like a penis to a vagina.
And I mean,
Yes.
it's an artistic feat for sure. Like, I mean, he had a vision, he
Yeah.
executed it, and it's just whether or not you're on board with that vision or
Yeah,
not.
I just look at it the way I look at like Wicked, where I was just like, it was a feast for your eyes,
Mhm.
and to pull some of those things off needs an incredibly talented director. But at the same time, like, you need to keep a director needs to keep pacing, actor performance. Like, you're spinning so many plates, and you
Mhm.
can't
Yeah.
you can't even drop one.
Yeah. All right,
Where's
Miss
that?
Carly. What about
All
you?
right. Well, I'll keep it simple, relatively. I really like Sean Baker for Honora,
Mhm.
but who I want to win, who I really hope is going to win, is Coralie Farja.
It would be the
for
sickest
The
win. Oh my god.
Substance. Yeah.
It really
love that.
would. It would.
And the only female on here, and just her second film, like, I mean, it's just
Right? Wouldn't that
Mhm.
be amazing? So I really love the movie. So
Yeah.
I would love it.
So who is going to win?
I mean, I hope it's Coralie.
Oh, okay. Then
For
it
sure.
very well. I would die. I will scream
So
and jump
both
off the
people?
sofa.
Yep.
Very
All
good.
right. And finally,
The
guys,
big
we
one.
have Best Picture. So we have Amelia
All right.
Perez,
So
A Complete Unknown, Conclave, Nickel Boys, I'm Still Here, The Substance, Dune Part 2, Wicked, Honora, and The Brutalist. So for me, go ahead.
well, the way things work is
Yes.
it's
Tell us, Coach.
you rank vote. So as a voter, you rank vote.
Mhm.
So basically, if a film gets first time through 50% of first place votes, it automatically wins.
Mhm.
So you calculate all the votes. If it has, half of them are one in first place, it gets through. If it doesn't hit 50, we eliminate the lowest ranked film out of everything, and then they are retabulated.
Mhm.
So all of those votes would just come out in terms of if you voted for, let's say, Nickel Boys, because we're going to assume that's the odd man out on this thing.
Sure.
Yeah.
So that would remove all of those first place votes, and all of those votes, I believe so, those are relocated to the next highest ranked choice. So basically, like, Nickel Boys come out, and then the second place of all those removed would then become first.
Mhm.
and then recalculate it,
No way.
and so on and so on and so on.
Yeah.
Until we hit 50.
And because of that, that's why I've come up with what I think is going to win here. What I want to win, nobody is surprised, is The Substance. It's my favorite movie of the year. I think it's incredible.
way.
Achievement. I love it. If that won, I would die. It's not going to, unfortunately. This is the award for it, the nomination. But what I think is going to win because of this voting strategy is Conclave. It is
Fair.
not my favorite movie of the year. I really like it, but I think it's going to place high enough on most voters' lists that once it dwindles down through that process, that I think that this is going to be kind of like the happy medium vote here, where people had it high enough, and most people do seem to really like this movie, and I do like it. I don't think it deserves Best Picture, but I am going to go with Conclave. I think this is what is going to win here. And for me, there really isn't like kind of, I don't know. I don't really see a close second, at least like the way my brain's working with things. So yeah, Conclave.
Cool.
Yeah, I think it's going to be, this one's going to be tricky. Because you have a couple things like The Brutalist is getting accused of AI. Amelia Perez is running into gender politics. Conclave has somehow steered safely through the gender politics, but could get caught up in it.
Sure. And I think people are going to see it as more artistic than something like A Complete Unknown, which I think is also probably crowd pleasing in a way. And I think that's going to rank it higher on most people's list than like something like A Complete Unknown. That's why I sort of picked that over that.
You know, I look at it as, you know, to me, who should win is probably, oh gosh, like I can kind of go for a bunch of them here. To me, it's Anora who should win, just because I believe it is the most complete film in the group. You know, Wicked is part 1 of 2 and A Little Wild. Dune is part 2, and it is the better, but it is not really its own movie.
Sure.
Substance, it is, but as I've said in the past with the third act,
it's too divisive. I think
it's too divisive. Amelia Perez, I can't handle another year with free shots at Hollywood.
Okay, right.
And I mean, if Amelia Perez wins, the you know, everybody will be shooting arrows.
People are gonna burn this motherfucker down,
and they will burn Hollywood to the ground with it.
The credibility is not going to work for it.
No,
unfortunately, there's going to be so much outrage.
Yeah. I mean, like Complete Unknown, I think is a safe bet, but to me, who should win is Anora. Who will win is The Brutalist.
Oh, okay, and The Brutalist, I would not be mad to see that win for sure. How about you, Mr. Brand?
Well, I'm going to just dance around a little bit. Who do I want to win? Honestly, is Dune Part 2.
Oh, it's very deserving.
I would like Dune Part 2 to win because it is such a performance indicative of literature. I read the books. I was fans. I listened to the book, and it pulled it off. So do I think it's deserving? Just because it did one of those things, like they never thought Lord of the Rings was like be able to be producible as well.
Sure.
Dune, the entirety, it falls in that category. So I think from what I saw, from source material to on screen, Dune Part 2, I would love for that to win because also it's a science fiction. Normally, you know, the Academy kind of like strays away from
any genre shit.
You're really good. Like that was great sound, and that looked really cool. But picture, not so much. What
it
I
doesn't
think
feel
is,
highbrow enough for them.
Exactly. It's like I take a step back when like Russell Crowe won for Gladiator. You know, way back in the day, because it's like, wait a minute, that's not the movies that do this. What I think is going to win because of the biographical nature is a Complete Unknown.
I think it's very
I'm not mad if any of these win, honestly.
Sure. Some I haven't
Um,
seen, but yeah.
Yeah. So I would love Dune Part 2, but I think a complete unknown. So I enjoy Mr. Timothée Chalamet.
I think it stands a shot,
Actually,
especially with this
yes.
ranked choice voting for sure. Like I think it
Yeah.
definitely stands a shot.
It's very curious, so I'm glad you brought that up, Coach.
How about you, Miss Carly? What do you think?
All right. Well,
Nickel
what
Boys.
Okay, right. I haven't seen it yet. I would like to, but
I
they
haven't
won't bring it
either.
near me. So
I will have to say, obviously, what I want to win is The Substance. I do not think that's going to win Best Picture.
No.
I don't think that has a snowball's chance in hell. of
but it's
winning.
amazing that it was nominated.
Right?
It was
Yes.
dope
It
as fuck
really
the
is.
Academy to do this.
So I'm
Those
very
three-
happy about that.
Those 3 little old ladies that I saw that with
Oh, yeah. Dolores.
are just
Dolores!
like, you, Dolores, can't believe that movie that we saw is up for Best Picture.
It's crazy.
She's dead now.
Aw,
Rest in peace, Dolores.
maybe not. Maybe not.
Along with Old Yeller,
Still
Rin
going
Tin
good.
Tin, and any other animal that's been in the
That was
movie.
awful. I'm sorry.
Now, what I think will probably win is I think A Complete Unknown has a very good shot at winning. Like you guys said, biopic
Mhm.
doesn't really, I think that has a very good shot, but then also Conclave as well. I think either one of those could definitely win.
Yeah, it's just I think with just the nature of the voting system, I
Yeah.
think both of
Yeah.
those movies are going to rank high enough in people's lists that while they're not being picked as number one, probably for most, that it's once it whittles down through this like weird tier system that they're doing, like those are the movies that are going to like rank high enough, I think, to remain sort of like in the end for
Mhm.
most people. But who knows?
Right.
I mean,
That's
we're
just
all
it.
Oscar experts, so we should know, but we don't.
This is all subjective.
Very.
There's
And this
two
is just
big-
all guessing and fun.
right.
And
There's
all that
2
shit.
big award shows that usually give away a lot, which is the Directors Guild and the Screen Actors Guild. So like those 2 award shows do a pretty good job predicting, and we're doing that without those being even close to being said.
And I don't know what like BAFTA. I don't know the role BAFTA plays in this, but like I don't-
That's what those crazy Brits that
Yeah.
we separated from because of the tea and
Yeah.
stuff.
right there it is.
In
But
Boston.
yeah, like any of these
Because-
movies, honestly, I wouldn't hate to see any of them except, and I hate to hate on it, but Amelia Perez. I just don't think it belongs in this list.
Well,
But I would be
that
happy
not-
with.
Wouldn't that roll up to Best Musical?
Well, that's only at the Golden Globes that they do best
Oh,
musical
okay.
or
I'm sorry.
comedy.
I'm sorry.
Yeah, and it won that. So
Ugh.
yeah, it won that and the best fucking foreign feature at the Golden Globes and shit. So
Oh, wow.
yeah,
Okay.
kind of crazy. But it's nominated here for best picture and best like foreign language film or whatever. So
it's
it's
also-
very likely to win that.
It's a Netflix thing, and it didn't spend time in the theaters, and like it just says everything that I just don't believe.
It's against
it.
Hollywood, I think.
Right? Yeah. Oh well.
But yeah, this is
Before
it's just
we
such
sign off, I know we've run a little long, but is there anybody or any production or anything, we'll go around it real quick, that you're like, wait a minute, how come them or they or it didn't get nominated?
Yeah.
Anybody?
For me, for sure, that is going to be Challengers. It deserved a Best Picture nomination. It deserved a screenplay nomination, and it definitely deserved a score nomination.
Mhm.
Yeah, I'm
So-
kind of surprised that didn't get nominated for any of those.
Yeah,
To be
it's
honest,
so
with you.
great, and yeah, it deserved it. So that's
Coach?
my take.
I mean, I thought Kidman, she's kind of
Yeah.
Hollywood
Yeah.
darling. They kind of went with the foreign legacy darling for that. That's kind of the only real surprise. Denis Villeneuve for Best Director,
Mhm.
True.
but
Yeah.
I look at the names that did come in, and I'm like, yeah, I kind of
Edged
get
it
it.
out, maybe just because it's a sequel.
Well, I think
Yeah.
James Mangold was sort of a surprise there because normally that's not the type of director nomination that I think the Academy would give because it's not showy necessarily. It's solid and good,
Right.
but this is not like really a directing tour de force, whereas something like Dune really is.
Well, and a lot of the
So-
directors are usually legacy stuff where it's
Yeah.
like Scorsese, how many years till he gets his? And I
Right.
mean, like, it's usually a pay your dues thing. And when you got 3 or 4 brand new people on there,
Mhm.
Yeah, which is
Uh,
great.
which I mean,
Young,
it's
hungry,
great,
Love
but
new people.
it's listen, it was a tough year. I mean, of course, not having Hundreds of Beavers for Best Picture,
Right, facts.
but
Facts.
Goddamn abomination.
That'd be the sickest nomination ever. Like, let's go.
Just give them the 10 spot. They'll be fine with it.
Right.
It's like I look at that. Like, I wish they would have been a little more challenging with the last pick instead of something like Nickel Boys for Best Picture. Because again, say what you want about how people have turned against the Oscars. This is something that once it happens, people do check out these movies.
Of course.
Yeah,
Yeah.
they do.
Oh, yeah. That's why they're like all except for a couple of them playing in my theater literally right
Yeah.
now.
Carla, what do you think? Is there anything that missed out for you?
I mean, really, just to kind of piggyback on Coach, the whole Nicole Kidman being
Right.
kind of snubbed. I felt like it was a really good performance. The movie itself, I enjoyed it. I don't think the movie
It's not a Best
itself
Picture
should-
nominee. I
No,
don't think,
no,
but
definitely not. But her performance in it, I was like, "Ooh, damn!"
yeah,
It's like, "Ooh, really
That
hit
was-
for me."
Powerful and fucking hot as hell.
Right?
it's memorable for sure.
Yes.
Yeah.
And ballsy as fuck. Like that was
Oh,
a ball-
yeah.
He lapped up milk out of a bowl, bitch. Like, yeah, that's a ballsy performance.
Hey, Michelle Pfeiffer did that too.
Okay, facts. True.
Aw,
She
Yeah.
a
deserved
little bit better.
And she got convincingly finger banged twice.
Yeah.
So
Michelle
that was good.
Pfeiffer?
Probably.
Oh, Nicole Kidman.
Talk to Tim Burton.
Oh, wait till you haven't
I
seen
will have to
anything.
say
You see
that
The
first
Brutalist.
finger bang though was very hot.
It was fucking really hot. I'm at work
Okay, right. True. On the scene.
watching this. Wasn't at the gym.
It was very tasteful too.
Yeah,
Very.
agreed.
Most tasteful finger bang I've ever witnessed.
Ever of 2024. That's our award
Golden
show.
Finger
Oh,
Award
total.
goes to.
Yeah.
Most
Most
tasteful hand
tasteful
job goes
finger
to the
bang.
brutalist. Most tasteful finger bang goes to fucking baby girl.
Wait a minute. The hand job and the hand jobs of the Brutalist were not exactly tasteful.
Yeah, that's true. The first one especially wasn't it? I was like,
Ooh.
Chad, can we clip this about 4 minutes ago?
okay, right.
Yeah.
No, people will have to hang out for this part.
Yeah, of course.
Don't
Our
clip it.
Patreon of 10 cents a month will
Aw.
give you access.
Wait till we're live on X.
We have to take the
Oh,
show to
yeah.
OnlyFans with the
No,
show.
dude, no. And it all comes back to Feed Invaders.
Damn right.
And what about you, Mr. Coat or Mr. Brad? What was
Mr.
your like omission that you would like to have seen?
Oh, actually, the one that just kind of stuck out to me was Boyd Holbrook as Johnny Cash in
Okay.
A Complete
Oh,
Unknown.
yeah.
I thought it was just
He
he.
moved again.
It was so damn good and so damn fun. And I know we've been talking a lot of like quasi serious as serious as we get around here, talking about finger banging and hand jobs and whatnot, but convincing and unconvincing finger banging and hand job. But the movies are fun.
Yeah.
You know, they're fun, they're silly, they're an escape, and it was just that's what Boyd Holbrook did for me in A Complete Unknown. I was like,
Sure.
this is hilarious. I love this. And I love talking about movies with you all, so we get
Yeah.
Oscars too.
Yeah, I agree with that. And also, I will say really quickly, I think Jodie Comer could have secured a Best Supporting Actress nomination. I thought she was that good in The Bike Riders
Yep.
that
Oh,
would have been
hell
a very
yeah.
worthy nomination this year. So she gave it a lot in that movie. And
There was a lot of good movies and a lot of good performances.
yeah, they were.
Yeah.
I thought
Just
2024 was a
because you're
great
not
fucking year.
nominated doesn't mean you didn't do well. Like, good God.
And
Everyone-
also, too, the politics of all of this is kind of insane. And like sometimes it's not necessarily about what was best or whatever. It is about like a narrative and what
And
moment
who
can we have on our
afford
show
it?
and
Yep.
all that shit. So
how much money you
yeah.
got? How much money you're willing? How many chocolates?
Who's
you
gonna
can
cry
make?
on stage for our telecast? Like it's very that. I mean, unfortunately,
I want that claymation memoir snail girl to
Yeah, okay,
to bomb up there and give an Oscar.
I want
And
the
I
kid
would
with the
cry for
broken
her.
finger. Just
okay, right.
The one that's over. Yeah,
No.
I tried to twist it over and I just ended up giving the finger. Sorry.
Right.
Let's go like
But
that.
anyway, guys, thank you so much for coming back, for listening. Check out audio, video on YouTube. And also, if you've made it this far, share what you think the best like winners and what you think is going to win in the comments below on the YouTube channel.
Yes.
Because I would love to read through that shit and comment
Hell
on
yeah.
that. Because I'm always just so interested in what people have to say and think about this. Like, this is the year I've been the most invested in the award season. And yeah, it's fun to talk about, and it's exciting, and it's all just so like, who knows, it could be anything, and you could be surprised with anything. But thank you for coming back, guys, and we love you very much, and we'll see you next week.
Night, everybody.
Good night.
Bye.